Hi, so today I wanted to talk about um, how you know when a man is manipulating you, right? Obviously, it's because someone wants to get what they want from a person. In this case, a man to a woman, right? And the tactic they will use, I feel like I've been used against me, is guilt tripping. Like, guilt tripping is basically they are suggesting or asking something of you, and you feel it in your heart. You don't want to do it. But they guilt trip you to do it. And I'm laughing because it's funny now, but it won't funny then. Okay. An example of how someone would guilt trip you. Like, for example, um, I had an ex, he, his lights, girl, his lights went off in his house, right? Like something happened with the payment. He had asked, and it was summertime too, so it was hot, July in North Carolina, and he had asked, "Hey, can I come stay the night with you, me and my friend?" No. He had a roommate, and this person is the type of person who would wait last minute to do a lot of things anyways when it comes to adult responsible things, and always try to get his way, weasel his way out of it. So when his lights got turned off, for that moment, I think it was only for a couple hours actually. He thought it was gonna be all night. It was going towards the nighttime, right? And I was like, no, you can't stay here. And at the time, we probably lived about, I felt like it was like 40 minutes away from each other. And we saw each other weekly, anyways. But like, I was at a point where I had already saw what kind of person he was. I was definitely, we were definitely boyfriend and girlfriend and in a relationship together in it. I thought to win it, but I found out later it was to lose it. But anyways, something in my heart said, no, no, you can't stay here. Because in my mind, you're like 7 years older than me. You know right from wrong. You own your own construction company. Why didn't you pay this bill on time? Like, I understand things slip out of the way, but you actually have an assistant who's supposed to go through your bills. So did you pay it on time or did you not pay it at all? So I said, no, you and your friend cannot stay here for a night, for a couple nights, none of that. Anyway, so he ends up calling me back, and he's like, okay, look, the electric company did turn my stuff on. We're good for the night. AC's working and everything. Cool. I knew you were gonna figure it out because basically you wanted to rely on me and use me, right? And so how he guilt tripped me in that situation, I didn't fall for it because I don't really fall for a lot of stuff, but how he was guilt tripping me, he was like, oh, come on, like, I'm sweating, I need to go take a shower, it's hot, I just got off work. No. Like, here's some things, like, when you feel a certain type of way, you need to stand on it. And today in 2023, it was actually 2013 back then, actually, but in 2023 we call it standing on business, right? And I've always been that type of individual to stand on what I said, right? So in this case, I was like, no, I knew he was guilt tripping me, and I had fell for some guilt trips of his in the past, so I knew what the signs were to identify it. He just wanted his way. He just wanted to have another night where he could be off and relax and use somebody else, because he's used to guilt tripping a lot of people, to be honest. So anyways, that was just one small example of how someone can guilt trip you. But basically, it's someone asking you, a man asking you, you know, I just have so many flashbacks. Just a man asking you to get his way, for him to get what he wants. He'll be like, oh, come on, like, I treated you right yesterday. Why can't you treat me right today? Or, I did this for you. Why can't you do this for me? And the thing is, you're supposed to do stuff out of the kindness of your heart. You're not supposed to do it for tit for tat. You're not supposed to do it because you want to rack things up in your bank so that you can throw it in someone's face, right? You're supposed to do it out the kindness of your heart. We call it racks, random acts of kindness, or rakes, whatever it's called. You're supposed to do that out of your heart, specifically if you're in a relationship, specifically if you're dating somebody. But if you are really doing it because you want to guilt trip and manipulate a woman, go kick rocks, go jump in a lake. Like, we're not here for that. We're not falling for that at the end of 2023 going to 2024. Okay. Ooh, the biggest one that I think a man will guilt trip you into is having sex with him, or giving him like a sexual favor, if you know what I mean, right? Um, A lot of men, I don't want to say this, but it's just truth. They are whores. They want to have sex with everybody. Betty, Keisha, LaQuanda, and Stacy. And then they want to guilt trip you into doing something for them sexually. When you really aren't in the mood, you really don't know this person, you really don't want to, but they're like, if you do it for me, I'll do it for you, or I've been I've been cooking for you, I've been making you dinners, I've been buying you dinners, and you can't do this one thing for me. Or either you could be in a relationship with this person and you may have had sex with this person before, but you are not in the mood to do it tonight. A lot of men will guilt trip you because, like, I've had a hard day, a long day, and why can't you do this one thing for me? Or why can't we just have sex? If you don't want to have sex or do something sexual, you don't ever, ever, ever have to. And someone should not force you into doing it. And so a way that a man will not force you into force you, is to guilt trip you. Or they will try to do things to make you feel horny or whatever. I hate that tactic because it's like, if I want to give you something that is part of me, I will do it willingly. Don't try to guilt trip me into it because you are hard up for something, period. So I just wanted to just tell you that how men can manipulate you through the guilt trip tactic. It's not a fun one to have it used on you, but a lot of people will try to use it on you, whether that's men or women. But specifically, if the man is not really for you, if this man doesn't really truly like you, he will guilt trip you into a lot of things because he knows that he can't put in the time, put in the work to actually make you feel like you are loved and you are wanted. So he will try to guilt trip you into doing things for him. Whether you're in a relationship or not, I've had it both ways, situationship and relationship, and I felt like these people were trying to guilt trip me. And the thing is, I can tell by my demeanor, and they can tell too, that I have a type of personality that's standing on business. So if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. Or if I do want to do something, I will do it. So I'm not saying I've never fell for a guilt trip before, but you don't feel good afterwards when you do. So to prevent yourself from feeling like this person used me, or this person is just trying to get their way like they always do, and there's not like a genuine person, just say no, period.